Virgil van Dijk has rediscovered some of his best form this season or not, but was at fault for Fulham's goal in the first half. And former Chelsea defender, he's having a whinge at the moment, isn't he? Cundy believes Liverpool captain is way overrated.
Do you know he can do this, Van Dijk? He sometimes puts in displays where you go, that's a bit rubbish. That's a bit rubbish for someone.
The defending's terrible.
Yeah. Not only does he head the ball in a direction that you don't want to.
You're not having Van Dijk, though, are you?
Personally, I think he's overrated. All right. I don't think that he's anywhere near the levels consistently of the likes of Sol Campbell, John Terry, Rio Ferdinand. I don't think he's anywhere near that level. Personally, he's had 2 good seasons. I know the injury. People will go back to the injury he picked up against Everton during. I think during COVID.
Bad injury.
It was a bad pick. It's a terrible injury. A pick for.
Yeah, but you're saying that he was doing it at Southampton and Celtic and John Terry Rio.
Well, I think that's fair.
For a long time.
Yeah, and look, there's no doubt that he's top class, but I don't think he's in that. I don't think if you put an all-time Premier League team together, he's not in that team.
Oh, a bit harsh then too, isn't it, eh? Oh. Well, the chunk would know because he never got that far forward to get involved with centre-backs, did he?
Van Dijk's a top defender, and even yesterday, that mistake, it wasn't like a big mistake. Yes, he headed it, but he still had a lot to do, Willian, to score from there. You know, from when he lost the ball, get the cross in, and then finish it off. I think
I'd say there's something missing from his A-game, but he's still a hell of a player.
Yeah, but when he's on it, he's not been as consistent as he was when he first joined, but when he's on it, he's still one of the best defenders in the league.
Well, let's say good morning to somebody who sees a lot more live football than we do, Gab. TalkSPORT's voice of live football, Adrian Durham, was at Anfield last night. He joins us now. Adrian, I can imagine you shaking your head at Cundy and the chunk there, talking about world-class centre-backs.
Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, both of you. Do you know what? I'm not actually. I'm kind of nodding my head a little bit because, I am. Yeah, I think he's had a couple of really good seasons, and at times there's flashes where you think, oh, he's back to the best Virgil van Dijk. But last night, particularly first half, he was casual, bordering on unacceptable at times. There were Fulham players strolling past him, and he wasn't even trying to block them. He wasn't, as they were chasing things down, pressing. He wasn't trying to block them. He wasn't trying to defend. And there was an arrogance and a casual approach from Liverpool in that first half that, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be worried. And maybe, just maybe, that first half lead for Fulham would be the kick up the backside that might send Liverpool on to go on and win this cup and even win the title.
So he's nowhere near at his best at the moment, Adrian?
I would say no. I mean, you've just got to look at the goal. And I appreciate what Gabby's just said about, there was still a lot to do. And I thought Willian was so dynamic last night in the first half. I mean, at 35, he looks to be probably back to his very best, in the halcyon days at Chelsea. But I think there was a lot for him to do. But Virgil van Dijk simply has to defend better. And the weird thing is, we know he's capable of defending better. So just go and do it.
We've got to be careful, Ed, because they could go for 4 trophies and win 4. I'm not saying they will, but they could.
They could do, yeah. We've got to remember that, they're not in the Champions League, so we're not talking about the elite trophies, and they're not likely to better what Man City did last season. Having said that, if they do go and win the title, what an achievement in this era to win it when Man City is so brilliant. And they're top of the table, and they've got a chance. They've got some really good players. There's a couple of things, though, with Liverpool. Does he really know his best 11? Because the difference between first half and second half for Liverpool this season is startling. So is he really picking his best lineup? Does he know what that best lineup is? Midfield, he's shaking it up all over the place, and I know injuries have played a part in that. But front three, does he know his best front three, and does he know where to play them? Jota last night played left, right and centre. So eventually he kind of gets it right, and they squeeze through games. 4-3 against Fulham last month in the Premier League, 2-1 last night against Fulham. He changes things around. So he's good at in-game management, Jurgen Klopp, but it might be more advantageous if he got it right from the start.
I thought, though, Conor Bradley, the young right-back, done very well, Adrian, and Curtis Jones had a good game, didn't he?
I'm a big fan of Curtis Jones. Anybody listening last night, it was I'm a bit of a fanboy. I think he's excellent. I think he should be in the next England squad. He's a central midfielder we're looking for. Southgate's busy messing around with Henderson and Phillips, and respect to those players. Henderson's had a great career, but I'm sorry, not anymore. Calvin Phillips just isn't playing games. He's had injuries. Curtis Jones has to be in the squad at the very least because he's played over 100 times for Liverpool at the age of 22. And I thought he led the charge in the second half. Thought he was superb. And this kid, Conor Bradley, he changed the game on Sunday at Arsenal. Martinelli was running riot on the left. Conor Bradley comes on. All of a sudden, Martinelli's a ghost. You couldn't see him anymore. So I think there's another one coming through from the academy, and it might give Klopp a problem when Trent is back in a couple of weeks. Just stick him in midfield and leave Bradley at right back as an option.
Adrian, how do you see, before a break, how do you see the big one up at Newcastle at the weekend? Can Newcastle push City all the way?
Listen, the way Newcastle played at Sunderland, I think it was more with Sunderland than anything else. But listen, if they get anything out of Man City, I've been thinking this season, after winning the treble, and the injuries that they've had, De Bruyne has been out, Diaz has been missing, John Stones has barely played a game for them, Erling Haaland's been injured as well. I was thinking this is the time when somebody else has a go at winning the title. And then I saw City win at Everton, and they cruised through with loads of key players out. So that was the first time I really thought, oh, they're going to do it again. So no, basically, Newcastle can't get anything from City.
Right. Well, we'll see. Adrian, brilliant. Thank you.
Cheers,
Adrian Durham there.
TalkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the TalkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. TalkSPORT.